All right, so can you talk about the tough loss to Northeastern tonight? You struggled, well, I wouldn't say you struggled offensively, but you struggled to put the puck in the back of the net. Can you talk about what went into that?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question the end result of tonight's game was the fact that, we didn't get a goal to change the complexion of the game. I'm not down on our team's general effort. I'm not down on, the focus that we maintained throughout the game. It was a point of emphasis because, I think up there at Cornell, we just, lost our focus and turned a 1-0 game into a rout. And so tonight we stayed on the course, but you just have to get a goal to change the complexion of the game. And right now they're, a little bit of a struggle for us to put a lot of pucks in the net.
Can you talk about Karen Sperry's play? She had a great second period along with just a great game overall. Can you talk about how well she played?
Yeah, fantastic game. And again, I talk about goalies, giving you a chance to win. All through that second period, it could have turned into a 2-3 or 4-0 game, and she kept it at a 1-0 game. We had an opportunity to, make something happen, and I think we probably played our best game in the third period. Granted, there was a sense of urgency. We took some chances, but we were able to get enough shots to, again, maybe change the complexion. Even if they made it 2-0, we get one in the first couple of minutes. It's all of a sudden 2-1. You got 4 or 5 minutes left, and you got a chance to win. But between their defense and Florence Shelley, they found a way to keep the puck out and not let us really put pressure on them.
Can you talk about the play of Kendall Coyne for Northeastern? She seemed like she was probably the most skilled player for Northeastern. She scored 2 goals, and she actually drew like 2 or 3 penalties. Can you talk about how well she played?
Sure. I mean, you saw why she's a national team Olympian type player. It's because she's world-class speed. She's a very intelligent player. She has great individual skills, and tonight was another night where she took care of business in a big way and really ultimately decided the game. That and their team defense got it done for them.
Yeah, can you talk about the team defense? I mean, it seemed like their goalie played pretty well, but a lot of the stops were made by the defense before it even got to the goalie.
Yeah, I think it was a good combination of both. Their defense did a nice job, particularly in the first 2 periods, but I think they limited us to under 15 shots. But, she had to make a couple of big saves, and one thing she does is control pucks awful well. There weren't a lot of loose rebounds or high rebounds, and that's a credit to her as a goaltender. And, we've had nights when we've gotten them by her, but we've also had nights when it's been a real challenge to score, and tonight was obviously one of those.
Can you talk about the play of the top line? You had Wakefield, Totino, and Campbell out there. They seemed like they were making the most opportunities for the team.
Yeah, again, you're talking about 2 of the top kids on our team that are in the lineup tonight, and they did their best to generate offense, to get opportunities. I thought the kids on the power play did a real good job of getting the puck to the net, controlling the play. But again, even those didn't find their way in. They didn't go through a screen or a tip or something like that. And right down the end when we pulled the goal, we probably had it in there for a good minute and a half straight. Some real good looks, some good opportunities, pucks thrown at the net, but we were an inch off or not quite there for a rebound, and the thing ends up 2-0.
Why Caroline Campbell on the first line? I mean, I think she was listed as defenseman coming into the year. Can you talk about what she's done to earn her spot on the first line?
Well, I think the reason Caroline's there is Caroline's a kid who played on a U.S. national team. She obviously has got an awful lot of talent. She's got size. She's got strength. Hand skills, and while it's not her natural position, I think she gives us, one of the highest level players to play up there with, a couple of our top players. And, we also have to think about having 3 lines that we can put out there, so we, try to spot, a couple of other players with the other 2 lines. Taylor and Jill are a constant, and Isabel and Louise Warren are a constant, but the other 2 positions are usually 3, 4, and even 5 people fill in. They don't get as much ice time as they want, but they work very hard. They make our decisions hard, on who we should get more ice time with. But again, they may not be the game changers, and so we've got to make the best decision we think we can do to get the top players out there. And I think Caroline fits that bill.
So you've had 3 games in the past 5 days. Can you talk about maybe how tired the team would be? I mean, it seemed like they were all icing themselves over there. Can you talk about maybe how it's kind of worn down in the team?
Well, it's a grind, but we train real hard for this type of activity. We want to play against the best teams, and we, did tonight, we did this past weekend, but this is where we've got to be resilient. This is where we've got to find ways to, stay with the course the entire game, which I think we did tonight. And we're going to have to turn around and probably take tomorrow off, get a real light skate on Friday, and be ready for 2 more games. We've trained since probably April 1st for this type of a run, and we'll be ready to go on the weekend. I'm confident, but we have to use intelligence as coaches and not worry about getting to skate tomorrow. Worry about stretching out, getting ourselves prepared for a light skate Friday and going at it Saturday and Sunday as well as next Wednesday.
Do you think the injuries? I mean, the injury bug kind of hurt you all year. Do you think that the injury bug is kind of demoralized the team? I mean, with Kohanchuk and Poulin out and Frumpkin.
I don't think it's demoralized. I think it's frustrating because it's running a lot deeper than probably people either see. Casey Boucher struggled to play the last period and a half tonight because she had an injury, took a puck that was really painful. Carly Warren and Catherine Miller are playing on a couple of questionable knees, and Taylor Holtz is playing on a real bad knee. So it's adding up even on the ice. Kids you see with the uniform on that are well below 100%, and that's a credit to them that they're fighting and competing and trying to help their teammates. So I think frustration is a better word. That'd be nice to have all the horses in the barn, but we don't right now, and we've got to dress whoever's here and make sure that they're playing up to their ability and playing with confidence, and that's what I try to do as a coach.
All right, I'm just asking a few more questions. Just to give you a call tomorrow for a preview. You've got Providence back-to-back this weekend. You're coming off 3 straight losses. What's your mindset going into the game?
Let's see if we can get a win. Let's see if we can continue to play like we did tonight. Continue to play, I think, things technically well. And we talked a lot this week about 60 minutes of focus and competing all the time. I think we lost both of those, against Cornell, and that's a great team. But I like to think that with the people we've got, that we can go to war with Northeastern and Providence, and again, we're not going to beat them 7-6. We've got to worry about beating them 3-2 or 2-1, and that will be our charge again come Saturday. Is just to get ourselves prepared, not worry about what's happened here recently. Just go forward and play as hard as we can.
Well, you beat Providence 3-2 last time. Does that give you like a confidence going into the game?
Again, I think it's something that we can look back on and say we got the job done down in their building. We've got to start the weekend series down there again, so task is in front of us to go get it done. I'm sure as much as it might give us a little energy, it will give them a little bit extra motivation. So I'd put that as a real wash, and let's see what happens when the puck drops and who comes out on top.
All right, and last question. Any switch-ups in the lines, you think, after this game?
We'll look at the film today. Again, I think the core of our lines is where we want it to be. We'll try to run with maybe somebody who's hot. I think Christina Wiley has stayed in the course and played real consistent here for quite a while, and maybe tonight she got a few more shifts. But again, we've got to get there and make sure everybody knows that I believe in them and I feel good about what they've been doing, and we got to find ways to scratch out a win.